Now, have you wondered why the people you left at home, your peers, your age mates, you finished college, you finished Form 4, each of them went to look for jobs, you scored A, you admitted to the university, and later on you graduated. Now it's 10 years you have returned home. Is that villager who started business that time? You did not progress to any university or college. It's a villager who went in their village and started farming. Another one started border business. Another one bought a car and started doing business with it. Now when you return home after 10 years, the only thing you have are designer clothes and a smartphone and a social media page with 100,000 followers. You have totally done nothing and your life is stuck. But that person you left at home has everything that you desire in life. Now, why do you think they are more successful than you? Yet, people thought in your society that you will be more successful than them. One of the reasons is that when you are in town, in a place like Nairobi, of course you'll be earning money, let's say 100,000 shillings. You will pay rent 20,000 shillings. You have a small car, fuel 20,000 shillings per month. All other expenses amount to something like 60,000. You only remain with 10,000 shillings. It's very little to do anything meaningful. Now, someone at home might be owning a border and also doing farming. The border generates 800 shillings per day, and farming generates, let's say, 50,000 shillings per year. He has a home, doesn't pay rent. He has a family, he has a wife and children. He doesn't spend a lot on girlfriends. But when you are in Nairobi, you have more than 5 girlfriends, and each of them, as you know, you pay rent for some of them, you send fare to some of them. Those are expenses. So find in a span of 5 years, someone who remained at home is more advanced than you in town. It's because the expenses are low, and in the village you realize that there's enough food, you don't buy, just get food from the farm. And also in the village, once you build a business, it grows faster because you have loyal clients. If you have a border, you know that at least 5 people per day will call you to carry the luggage or carry them. Now that's why they succeed faster. And you know, when you live in a place like Nairobi, you went to university, and in the university you are taught that once you finish school, look for employment. So you waste something like 5 years or 7 years looking for employment. By the time you prepare yourself to start investing, building your house, it is already 10 years or 15 years. But someone who is at home, he started building right from the time people called him a failure. And now, that first 5 years after school, it was for laying a foundation, and by the time you are graduating from college, it's already stable. So when you meet after 10 years, you find that it's very far ahead of you. Now the best thing you should do when you live in the city is to visit the village many times and see the progress of others so that you can be motivated. Also in the town in Nairobi, if you are not careful, if you cannot reduce the expenses, you find yourself spending all the money that you earn, and also surviving on credits every month. So that is why you find people in the village advance very fast, and they don't usually they don't have many expenses. And also these are people who are taught to be people thought people in the village are failures, the people who could not do anything in life, so they picked on anything. They were not careful on what to do, they just picked on anything to do, and it succeeded. But when you live in town, especially in Nairobi, and you're educated, you are choosy. You want to start by getting a job, you go to master's, PhD, and eventually get a promotion at work, get salary increment. And as we know, salary has never been enough. Even if you get increment of 100% every year, you'll never be enough. Most people do this. Once they get increment, they change their lifestyle. If you are driving a small car, you upgrade. If you are living in Buruburu, you go to Kilelesho. So you find that the increment has gone to the new demands, and that's why you find that progressing in town is very, very difficult.